President Clinton has gone over the electoral top for re-election, 291 to 105, but don't let that deter you from voting in 5 western states.
CNN coverage of Election 96. Live from CNN Center, here are Bernard Shaw, Judy Woodruff, Bill Schneider, and Ken Bodie.
And if you're still voting, please remember the 5 states I alluded to: California, Hawaii, Oregon, Washington, and Alaska. Bill Clinton reelected.
That's right. 5 states. The polls have just closed in those 5 states. We're going to tell you shortly what happened, or at least what we think happened in several of them.
Right. So far, this looks pretty much like a status quo election to me. People are re-electing the president, and all the incumbents just about have been re-elected all across the country for the Senate. We'll see what happens in the House as the night goes on.
We haven't mentioned yet Ross Perot. Let me just tell you right now briefly that he is pulling in the high single digits basically across the country, a little bit in the low double digits here and there.
Okay, now we have some states to declare, states with the polls having just closed. In the Hawkeye state, Iowa, President Clinton does as he did in '92. He wins.
In 1992, the Iowa vote exactly mirrored the national vote. 43% for Clinton, 37 Bush, and 19 for Perot.
Utah. This is a state that gave Bill Clinton his worst results in 1992, and once again it's done the same. Bob Dole, the winner.
Worst results, I'm not sure yet, but it's not been a Democratic state since LBJ in 1964.
Bob Dole winning ditto in Idaho. 4 electoral votes, Bill.
Ditto in Idaho and Utah. Hasn't voted Democratic since 1964. Clinton only got 28% of the vote in 1992 in Idaho.
And Nevada, undecided. This is a state that was, I think Bill Clinton was the first Democrat in 28 years to carry it the last time. We don't know what's going to happen this time.
Well, our crack research team, Judy, tells me that Nevada has the highest divorce rate in the nation. And I don't know what that means exactly in terms of presidential voting.
Well, let's move on to Montana then. We have to say Montana right now, undecided.
Big surprise in '92 when Montana voted for Bill Clinton. A lot of people think Perot's very high vote there, 26%, might have taken a lot of votes from the Republicans and helped Bill Clinton carry the state. With a lower Perot vote, can he do it this time?
And the state of Kentucky, President Clinton, the winner. This state keeps up its record of voting with the winner. What, Ken, over the last, this will now be 8 elections it's voted
That's
with
right.
the winner.
It's a genuine bellwether presidential state. Bob Dole said earlier this year, if Bob Dole wins Kentucky, I'll be president. He's not going to win Kentucky, and he's not going to be president.
I wrote down on this piece of paper 3 questions. If Clinton wins, will he get a majority, 50% plus, or a plurality as he did in 1992, 43%? If Dole wins, how did he do it? And do the Republicans keep control of Congress?
Well, the Republicans are doing pretty well in the Senate seats, where the House seats take a little longer to come in. Something interesting about this election, though, is so far in all the states that have been called, only one has switched sides from 1992, and that's the state of Florida. That voted for George Bush in 1992. This year, Florida, with probably the help of a lot of older voters, voted for Bill Clinton. Every other state we called voted the same way it did in 1992.